Okay, welcome back to Bounce Around Charleston. And standing here with me, well, he's just like one of our good friends here at Bounce Around, Attorney Eduardo Curry. Welcome back.
Thank you, Reverend
to
Miller.
Bounce Around Charleston.
Thank you very much.
In the earlier segment, we spoke about grief counseling, dealing with the Emmanuel 9 situation.
Sure.
You've been doing something called Safety in the Sanctuary, not just about gun shooting, but sexual misconduct, all those kinds of things.
Yes, I have.
After the grief process has been dealt with, people also must feel safety where they are.
Absolutely.
How do you address that?
Well, I think that we have to go back to the major tenets of we can't be so heavily minded that we're no earthly good. Churches have to move away from being reactive and now have to be proactive.
But universally, that's what a whole lot of folk are, reactive and not proactive.
Well, absolutely. But I think with this situation, though tragic as it may, something good can be learned from it. That we have to take the bull by the horns, to use a phraseology. And what do we have to do in order to do that? One of the things that I have been telling people around the state is that members have to have an aggressive friendliness.
An aggressive friendliness. What is that?
Well, no longer is it that people can come in, and churches, don't get me wrong, are churches of inclusion, not exclusion. But when people come into our sanctuaries and they come into where our congregants are or our parishioners, someone is going to have to go and say, hi, how are you?
Pay attention.
That's right. I'm a greeter, I'm a welcomer, I'm a steward. Welcome here. But in code speak, also assessing who that person is and what are they doing there. We want them to be there, but we have to be in control of our sanctuaries.
But it's paying attention to your surroundings.
Oh, absolutely. Today, we no longer have where we can close our eyes and hope that things will work that way. I've even told people doing watch night service, when the lights go out and you hear watchman, make sure you know where your purse is.
Well, not only that, there's a scripture, you know, that talks about watch as well as pray.
That's right. That's
so
right.
You should keep your eyes open. But in all sincereness, we've got to watch our surroundings. So what should churches do in reference to security?
Well, that's a great question. The first thing that they should do is assure that their ingress and egress, going in and coming out, is not clouded or hidden. There needs to be an access that people can actually see. Is it lighted? Is it a place where people have access to see when you come in terms of a place? Are your windows properly guarded? Doors, especially large churches that have multiple ways of coming in and out, do you have people stationed there or video cameras stationed there so that you can see who's coming and who's going? That's important.
Many of your non-denominational churches have what you call armor bearers.
Right.
Many of our denominational churches, we don't have it, but it's not a bad thing.
Well, it's not a bad thing. They also, I've seen churches now metamorphosize into what they call greeters. That's something different than an usher. In a lot of traditional churches, ushers handle things inside of the sanctuary, but they have no one in the hallways, and those people can be greeters or people who have certain responsibility for the physical plant of the church.
So when a church invites you in, or a community invites you in to talk about safety in the sanctuary, what's the first thing you talk?
The first thing we're going to do is an assessment, like just something simple. I've noticed little children get up and they walk out to go to the restroom. The question is, who's monitoring that? When we talk about even just safe sanctuary, sexual predators have found our churches to be breeding grounds for accessibility to children. There should be special people who monitor where children go. Rooms that are not used during worship time or not during the youth time.
We have something called children's church.
That's right. All the children should be there. There should be an actual window where you can see in, monitoring devices. All rooms that are not used should be closed and locked and accounted for. Vans and buses should be closed, locked, and accounted for, because those are breeding grounds for people who wish ill will toward our parishioners.
Wow, wow. So we're not telling people that we don't want special guests in our church.
Oh, absolutely.
But it's just that we've got to be careful who enters and makes sure someone's watching?
Absolutely. We should be using two-way radios. Why? A lot of people use cell phones, but cell phone coverage can vary inside of a building, outside of a building. Two-way radios have been a standard. It's the old horse, should be used. So your triage team, your response teams, your greeters, each one of those in the group should have a two-way radio so that they can communicate with each other quick, fast, and efficient.
So now those that have dealt with the Emmanuel 9 situation, our churches now should take that, piggyback on it, and start a securities.
Oh, absolutely. You should have a security team. And that team has to make an assessment of your building before services, during services, and after services. The days are over with where people who say they're trustees of the physical plant and haven't been to church in a long time. You've got to put people on your board that are active, proactive, reactive, and have a sense of community and knowing what they're doing.
And you're willing to come and talk to churches about safety and sanctuary?
Absolutely.
So if they need to get in contact with you, what do they need to do?
They can call me at the law office at 843-767-5284, 767-5284, or they can email me at currylawfirm@bellsouth.net.
Okay. Well, we thank you for being here on Bounce
Thank you
Around
very much, my
Charleston,
friend.
because today it was a wonderful day talking with Cynthia Washington Williams about the grief counseling, but then you turned around and told us about safety in the sanctuary.
Absolutely.
And at this point in time, we need that in our churches. We have some great music with Miss Rico right after the break.